Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Spiguyver, this is Spiguyver Backpacking, and this weekend we are back out on the trail. I know it's been a while, we've been itching to get out. Rainman's with me, we're up here in Kansas. That's about the only place around that's really welcoming people at this point. I know some trails are starting to open up around, but I know, like, we usually go out to Arkansas, and right now they're still saying no to out-of-state people for overnighters. So we're here, and we've got about a 15.5 mile trail. It's out and back, and we're just gonna go do what we want to do. No set spots we're gonna get to. We're just gonna go do it, and maybe we do the whole thing. Maybe we go 3 miles in, we find a great spot, and we decide, hey, the tequila's calling, and we're gonna sit down. Who knows? But we're out, and that's what matters. I know you guys have been itching for it, just like I have. So let's go do this. Either way, we'll be doing both ways.
And that way you got that, not everything's a walk away shot.
So we've been on the trail for a couple of hours, a little over 5 miles in right now, and we just decided to stop here. Gonna refill water and just get a snack and sit down for a few minutes. Beautiful, beautiful day. Just a gorgeous day out here today. Probably high 70s, low 80s right now. Not too humid, not too bad. Just absolutely beautiful. Seen quite a few people out here, but you've got the stream that we're walking along right here. Soon we'll be coming out near the river, or the actual lake, and so might be a good chance to get out one of the new toys I've got once we get up there. We'll check that out a little bit though. All right, so I'm about 10 miles in, and Rainman and Bowie are waiting down at the bottom of the rock cliffs, little jump off area that we had to come up. So they're waiting down there, and I'm gonna keep going. About 9 miles in. This first section is 10 miles, so I'm almost back to the east trailhead where we were going to start, but there were too many cars. But on the way, there's a really cool crevice area that I wanted to go check out and get some footage of, so that's where I'm headed right now. They're waiting. They'll probably be there for about, I don't know, 30-40 minutes waiting for me, maybe a little longer depending on how much I play around down there. But man, 10 miles in, feeling good. Man, beautiful day. It is great to be out today. Great to be out in this. So this is one of the areas that I really wanted to come to and get some shots of. You've got this almost tunnel area. There's a ceiling overhead, and it's narrow, and it goes through here, and it kind of reminds me of some of the areas in like Laurel Highlands where you're in between the rocks. Now there are several other spots along this trail that are like that, but this one really stands out because of that ceiling in this one area. Now we'll go around the corner and I'll show you what it looks like over there. Okay, so here's the other side. You've got the walls. This wall has some green on it, and then it kind of opens up a little bit, but it's enclosed and it's really cool. And right over here is that ceiling. So let me turn you around and show you that ceiling, because that's a pretty cool feature. All right, so right there you can see that ceiling over top, and it just kind of makes for a pretty cool little area right here. All right, so we made it to camp. We got about 15 miles in today, and we found this camp, and this camp is down kind of in a valley. There's a little stream right over here that runs actually right next to us right here. Rainman's set up over here. He has the Banyan, and it's the prototype Banyan, so he's gonna be in that one tonight, and I've got a Superior hammock set up over there. What are you using for a tarp?
That's a Loco 60 operator.
What about for tarp tonight?
Oh, tarp, I've got my Palace, I believe. I really just grabbed one. HG Cuban Palace, I'm pretty sure is what I grabbed.
Same thing I'm rocking. Cuban Palace with doors. Thing's huge, provides lots of coverage, and is great. So I've got mine strung up. It's still in the sleeve up above my hammock. I'll take you over there and show you.
Don't want to need it, but
I mean, check this site out. This is a pretty great site. It's flat down here. It's open. We're gonna play around with the drone a little bit more in here and see what we can do with it. But dude, you don't find a whole lot of sites like this. It's good. Nice benches to sit at. Cool area. All right, here's my setup for tonight. I've got that Superior hammock, and that thing has the integrated underquilt. So it's got an integrated 30-degree underquilt. So everything's all sewn together there. Really nice. What I like about it is that you don't get any of those gaps. There's no air gaps in this at all, at least from the experience I've had with it. I'll come back and talk with you guys more about it in the morning. So it's got an adjustable ridge line, and so I threw just a little gear sling up here. I've got the hang time hook. Paired with that 30, because it's not gonna get anywhere near 30 tonight, I've got my 60-degree Loco Libre Operator Series. He's rocking the same thing, the Operator Series. And then, like I said, strung up above is that. But also, one of the cool things is the suspension that I'm rocking with this setup is the Superior sling, the Superior suspension, which has their own little cinch buckle deal, which is really cool. A lot easier to adjust, especially after it's weighted, than any of the other cinch buckle systems I've used. So really cool. We'll take a look at that one in the morning.
for sure. But that's a good looking little stove, man.
Yeah.
What's one of those run?
I mean, you know, it runs one of those cans.
I know. I went with 2 heaping ones.
2 heaping, that sounds about right.
Mine's a little stout.
It's margarita
but I wanted
time.
it a little stout.
Little stout with the
Tequila? Yeah. I don't know. I figure I'll go stout. I'll go heavy on it now because I have, you know, I have my antibiotics since this morning.
Heavy? Like, was that heavy?
Yeah.
It was pretty heavy.
Yeah, you know. That's only you can be the judge of that, my friend.
You go by taste, right?
Right. That's it. Only you can be the judge.
You
of
go by
that.
taste at first and then feel after a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, I know for sure. That's what everybody picks on me. They're like, man, you seem like you drink a lot in them videos. I'm like,
it could be colder.
yeah, no, it definitely could be, but
nice to get out on the trail.
Oh,
get
man.
our trail margaritas on.
Electrolytes.
Electrolytes. That's right. We sweat a lot out on the trail. It was warm today. I mean, I think I got kind of fried on the shoulders.
A little bit. I don't think I did too bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
Much needed time out.
Yeah, this has been good. I mean, too much time cooped up, too much time in the house. This is
I haven't been stuck inside as much as him. I've had some secret adventures, but I still needed to get out too.
I've missed the hanging out at camp.
Absolutely.
After a hard day, kind of kick your own ass out on the trail.
It feels good. I feel real good today, honestly. I didn't even pay attention to what we did. But
I had a little more than you, but not.
I got 16 and a half on the phone.
Okay.
And my watch only showed like 11 or 12.
Yeah, a little different.
Yeah. Somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere between 15
Somewhere
and
in the middle.
16 probably.
Yeah, I think I was a smidge over 14, maybe just right at 15, and you're probably got another mile or two on top of that.
Time to start dinner for tonight. I've got the outdoor pantry beef stew. I've had this before, and one of the things that I've done to this one that I recommend is I've added more tomato powder to it. I like it a little bit more of a tomatoey base, and so that's what I've done. So I've added that in there. I've got the biscuit pulled out, and what I'll do is I'll let this sit for, it says to sit for 9 minutes. I'll let it sit for about 6 minutes, and then I'll crumble that up, put it in, and then let it sit for another 5 minutes or so, and then I'll eat it. I don't like the biscuit to be too dry. I like it to absorb a little bit, and so I may actually add a little bit more water than what it calls for. It only calls for 1 cup of water, so I'll do probably 1.25 cups just to hit it right. If you guys haven't tried the outdoor pantry stuff yet, you really need to try that stuff. Check out what Rainman's got.
Beef and lamb gyro tzatziki sauce. This is probably my favorite currently. My favorite changes every week. But.
So, all right. So he's got the tzatziki, the
beef and lamb gyro with tzatziki sauce.
All right. So that brings me to actually a comment. So I threw out on several different forums some polls, and I was asking for what people like from different companies, and that one actually won for outdoor pantry. I've never had it.
It's amazing, yeah. It's really good.
That's what I've heard. Everyone's had it.
If you like gyro, it's got gyro in it. It's got like a ramen base. It's got a light tzatziki flavor, which is a creamy dill sauce. If you're not familiar with that kind of food,
good stuff. So what I'm going to tell you is that coming up, once things are restocked, because that's what's been holding this thing up, I'm going to be doing a taste test, and I'm going to be bringing the family into it. So I'm going to have the kids and the wife trying about 7, maybe 10 different backpacking meals. So it's going to be, I think, 2 from Outdoor Pantry, 2 from Mountain House.
Sorry.
Backpacker Pantry has one. Alpine Air, I believe, has one. Peak came in up there. And Packet Gourmet has 1 or 2 that came in. So there's going to be quite a few. But we're going to do a taste test. And we're going to have people that aren't backpackers try it. And we're going to see what they think of it. I think it's going to be a good... I'm going to try it too. And we'll see where they come in. I've already got an inkling where some of them are going to fall. There's a couple that I think are going to fall squarely at the bottom. Actually, there's like 4 that are probably going to
I know which ones they are.
May fall off the bottom. Like if there's a bottom line, they're well below it. But for some reason, people like them.
You really owe it to yourself to look up Packet Gourmet, Outdoor Pantry, some of the smaller places that maybe you haven't heard of. You can't buy Mary Jane Farms that you can't buy at the store. You definitely have to get them online only, but they're such a high quality, and honestly, they might be $1 a meal more, maybe.
Actually,
most of them are pretty close.
Right now, looking at what some of the prices are, dude,
they're light years better. We've literally tried them all, and we're not paid by any company. We're not anything. We just like what we like, and those 2 or 3 are definitely light years ahead of everybody else.
Agreed. So one of my viewers, I'm sorry, being out here after hiking all day, I can't remember who.
Comment.
Yeah, leave me a comment down below. Make sure that we get you recognized. Sent me actually photos of his Spiguyver stove that had the top cut out of the espresso, the Starbucks espresso can. And so I made one, and I've got to tell you, this thing weighs in at 7 grams. So the original is 5.6 grams. So you add like 1.4 to get to 7 grams. And this has this ring on top. I used a file and cut 4 little reliefs in there. This thing performs amazingly. And paired with the 550 or a 400 or a 300.
A 300.
Even a 300, yeah. It is a great little stove. I had 10 ounces in here and it boiled it super quick. I went with a lot more of the creases on this one than I normally do. So I normally do, I think, 16, and I think I've got probably 25 or 30 on this one. This one works great. I know I just did the 2.0. Maybe this is 3.0 or 2.5. I think this is the one that's going to be in my cook kit for the rest of the year.
I ordered one.
Yep, he ordered one. He got it for free. Or the price of
I put up with him.
The price of a trip.
There you go. This is going to look good. I'm eating moonshine marker for dinner.
What was yours? The tzatziki?
Yeah, do you want to try it, dude?
I do.
I've added some ramen to it.
Try that with the
extra tomato.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's good and thick looking.
It's thick.
I like a thick stew, man. I like a thick stew. That's a little watered down because I added the ramen in.
Okay.
The gyro in that is legit.
That's pretty good. Like that tzatziki sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Has a nice freshness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's watered down.
This is hearty as hell. That's like
That's
fresh.
4 extra ounces of water on top of that. It's when you don't do that, it's so good. But it's just not for dinner. It's not quite enough for me.
Yeah, so I crumbled up that
biscuit.
The biscuit. And that biscuit's got a good flavor. I mean, I'll be honest, it's got like a buttery, nice flavor.
You do have to crumble them up to get them to.
And it's got just a little bit of a crispness to it still. So it's got like a crunch in there, which adds something good to it. But man, this whole thing is just check out Outdoor Pantry. Had to check it. You're eating Packaged Gourmet.
I'm eating Outdoor Pantry in a moonshine margarita bag.
You confused me for a second.
You're like, all right, Alki, calm down.
I think just that little bit of tomato for me makes a huge difference. I did the same thing with the hamburger skillet stuff. I added some more tomato to it, and that takes it to me to a whole nother level. And actually, I told Debbie about it, and she actually started adding a little bit more to it stock, and yeah.
I personally add the freeze-dried tomato, and then I've got some jalapeno as well. I put in, just gives it a little spice. I think we both bought extra cheese because we're cheese guys. You know,
cheese is good.
But you can doctor with these things and make them. They're awesome as they are, but you can make them amazing. My wife and kids eat them at home.
One of the things I really like to do with this Palace tarp is use my trekking poles up over the top as a pole mod. So I've got on one side some shock cord, and on the other side an adjustable string or line. And so I hook it on this side, go over, put the ring around the tip of the pole, and then tighten it until it's nice and tight. And what it does is it opens it up really well. Let's take a look inside how well it opens it. So from here you can really see it opens it up pretty significantly. I mean, it's wide in here, which gives you plenty of room to, you know, sit down, take care of business, do whatever. If you're cooking or taking care of stuff here. And I've got the same on both sides. So if the rain was to come, which it's headed here right now, you have a day, you know, a day that's just going to be a bad rain day. You can really hang out in here and be covered really, really well. Morning. Got some coffee. Wasn't a bad night. It was muggy for most of the night. I slept without a top quilt until, I don't know, 4 o'clock this morning or so. Then threw the top quilt on and slept until 6:30ish. Maybe a little before that. Lots of birds. Lots of birds. Loud birds. Loud birds. We're on the trail right now, and thunder's rumbling all around us. Storms are moving in. Took a look at the radar when we had a little bit of a signal, and it's a pretty intense. It's got some pretty colors in it. So we'll see how long before it hits us. But it's definitely headed this way, rumbling. We've got a few miles before we get back to the trailhead we started at. The plan was to continue on. We may take a look at the radar when we get there, hunker down in the trucks for a minute, let it pass, and then go hit. There's a waterfall on the other side that I really wanted to take a look at, and especially if it's just raining, it may make for a really good waterfall. So maybe worth, I think it's 2.5 or 3, I don't know, something like that, right at that, on the other side of the parking area to get to there. So we'll give it a shot. But dark. That's the yep, clouds are getting a little dark out there. I'm with Rainman, so you know.
I really want to revisit this trail name shit. I'm like, man, can we change them? Can I have my name legally changed?
Yeah, well, can we change it to like Sunman or Beautiful Weatherman? And then every time we go out, it's beautiful weather. I mean, we had that yesterday. And it has gotten dark. Dark out here. Wow, it is really, really dark. I can't believe how dark it's gotten. That storm is rumbling. We can hear it in the background. Lots of thunder. See flashes every once in a while. We're gonna be in for a pretty rough storm, I think. Oh yeah, it's starting to come down. The wind is whipping. Oh, yep. We were hoping we were a little closer to this when the storms kicked in, so we could hang out right under here, be dry, just kind of look out at the flooded area down below. Nice overhang here for you. We actually just passed a group that was under a different overhang, just kind of waiting out the storm. They were still dry. We're not. We're a little wet.
If anybody knows how to legally change your trail name, let me know. Send a link down at the bottom. We'll talk to Rainman.
We need to look into that.
Talk to Rainman.
Yeah, Rainman needs to go.
Fucking loves the rain.
It's been a bit of a wet morning. Storms rolling through. Got dark. It got really dark. It was crazy. We're just gonna stop here for a minute. We don't want to stay too long. We're soaked, and so you know that wind kicks up. We're just gonna be cold. So we weren't cold while we were moving. Like when it first started, it was cold. And I mean, no lie, it was cold when it first started coming down. But we started. I think we picked up the pace, probably about doubled it. We were probably doing about 4.5 miles an hour through parts of that, and you know, you get the blood flowing, you get a little bit warm. Now, if we stay here too long, I think that's when bad things happen. So we're just gonna take a little break, breather, and head on down the trail. So we just wrapped up the hike for the day. It was a good one. A little bit wet, a little bit slippery. The trail is a mess right now, and so we're just gonna call it here at the trucks. No need to risk breaking an ankle or a leg out here, slipping and sliding all over the place. So we're just gonna be content with what we did. It was a fun trip. Good to get out. Got rained on a little bit, but it was good. All right, see you guys down the trail.